Desperation can be a powerful motivator, but it can also lead to reckless decisions and damaging consequences. When we are desperate, we can lose sight of our goals, our values, and even our own well being. In this video, we're going to explore the three dangers of being desperate and how you can avoid falling into those traps. Whether you're struggling with financial problems, relationship issues, or career setbacks, this video will help you understand the risk of desperation and find a more constructive path forward. Hey, welcome to Live with NK. Here I motivate you to live life intentionally. The first danger of desperation is that it can lead to poor decision making. When we are desperate, we can lose sight of our goals and values. We might accept things we wouldn't normally accept just to get out of a current situation. This can lead to poor decision making and ultimately regrets. There's also that rush onto decisions and might not be in our best interest and can ultimately harm us. Lack of objectivity. When we are desperate, we can lose our objectivity. We might become overly emotional and make decisions based on how we feel rather than what we think. This can lead to decisions that are impulsive, reckless, and irresponsible. Ignoring red flags. Desperation can also cause us to ignore red flags. We might overlook warning signs that something is not right and push forward with the decision despite our reservation. This can lead to decisions that are disastrous and that can have serious consequences. Here are a few examples of poor decision making. Accepting a job offer without researching the company or considering the long term implication. For example, I accepted to teach for long without considering the fact that it's going to take a lot of my youthful time, not just time, my youthful time. So if you're doing any job, any 9 to 5, know that you're paying with your youthful life. That is the truth. Rushing into a romantic relationship without getting to know the person or considering a potential compatibility issues. Making a major purchase without comparing prices, considering alternative options, or thinking through the financial implication. Quitting a job or ending a relationship without having a plan or considering the potential consequences. Yeah, sometimes you're like, I want to leave this relationship, I'm done with it. But before you do that, weigh the risk and know that society might throw you for it. That's okay, but be certain that you have the backup. You can stand for yourself, right? So the next one is more regrets than initial enjoyment. This is one of the bitter aftertaste of desperation. That's the second one, right? When we are desperate, we can become so focused on finding a solution to our problems that we overlook the potential long term consequences of our actions. We may prioritize short term gains or instant gratification over lasting benefits and end up with more regrets than initial enjoyments. The instant gratification trap. Desperation can lead us to seek instant gratification, whether it's through substance abuse, reckless spending, or impulsive decisions. While these actions might become temporary relief or pleasure, they can ultimately lead to more harm than good. The cost of desperation can be steep. We might experience financial ruins from impulsive spending or reckless investment, emotional damage from toxic relationship or substance abuse, physical harm from reckless behavior or neglecting our health, spiritual emptiness from prioritizing short-term gains over long-term fulfillment. Here are a few examples of more regrets than initial enjoyments. A person who gets into a toxic relationship might because they're desperate for love and attention, only to end up feeling trapped and miserable. An individual who quits their job without having a plan B, only to end up struggling financially and feeling regrets. Someone who turns to substance abuse as a way to cope with stress and anxiety, only to end up struggling with addiction and feeling ashamed with other health related issues. The cycle of regrets. When we prioritize short term gains over long term benefits, we can get caught in a cycle of regrets. We might feel temporary relief or pleasure, but ultimately we are left with more regrets than initial enjoyment. breaking the cycle. To break the cycle of regret, we need to take a step back and reassess our priorities. We need to focus on making initial intentional decisions that align with our values and goals rather than prioritizing short-term goals. By so doing, we can avoid more regrets than initial enjoyments and create a more fulfilling life. And the last one is that desperation can be a devil's ploy. And how is this? When we're desperate, we can become vulnerable to manipulation. The devil's ploy is a tactic used to exploit our desperation, get us trapped and hooked on something that is ultimately destructive. Here is how the devil's ploys work. Here is how the devil's ploy works. The devil ploys typically involves a manipulator who identifies your desperation. They recognize your vulnerability and sense of urgency, offer a false solution. They present a quick fix or a tempting offer that seem to solve your problem. Create a sense of dependency. They make you feel like you need them or their solution to survive. Gradually increases control. They slowly but surely gain more control over your life, making it harder for you to escape. Here are examples of the devil's ploy. A predator who offers a vulnerable person a helpful hand but ultimately exploits them for personal gains. A scammer who promises a desperate person a guaranteed solution to their financial problems but delivers nothing but debt and financial ruin. A toxic partner who uses emotional manipulation to keep their partner trapped in a cycle of abuse. The only way to get out of abuse is to get out and get a life for yourself. How to avoid the devil's ploy. Be cautious of quick fixes or solutions that seems too good to be true. Don't let desperation cloud your judgment. Seek advice from trusted friends, families, and professionals. Prioritize self-care and self-awareness. The devil's ploy is a sneaky tactic used to exploit our desperation and get us trapped and hooked. By recognizing the signs of manipulation and being cautious of false solutions, we can avoid falling victim to this ploy and maintain control over our lives. Remember, desperation can be a powerful motivator, but it's essential to approach life with clear head and a critical eye. Now, conclusion. If you have any other cause or any other damage desperation can cause to an individual, please drop it in the comment section. I'm so ready to hear that and to read your comments. Desperation can be a tempting shortcut, but it is often a recipe for disaster. By recognizing the danger of desperation, poor decision making, more regrets than initial enjoyment, and the risk of getting trapped and hooked, you can avoid the pitfalls of desperations and find more effective solutions to your problems. Remember, patience, persistence, and creativity are more powerful than desperation. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. I trust you have known or you know already that desperation is just a devil's ploy to get you hooked and trapped, and you always have more regrets than the initial enjoyment. Don't forget to subscribe to this video, like the video, share to 5, 10 friends, and see you again in my next video. Bye.